I was actually all lined up to sell insurance for this insurance company.
Okay.
Straight out of college. I'm like, cool, I got a job, but like, I know nothing about selling insurance, but like, you know, you're told to get a job lined up after college, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, you got
So I was gonna 9 to 5, like in the burbs, like suit, tie, selling insurance. I had this last semester left, and I ended up hitting the insurance company up, and I was like, hey, you know what? I have like 4 more months left at school that I have to pay rent. I'm just gonna work a job down here, and I'm gonna pay my rent, and then, you know, come 4 or 5 months from now, I'll start the insurance job.
Right.
They're like, okay, cool, yeah, like we'll make that work. So then I was like, all right, 4 or 5 more like months, and my life is done. Insurance, you know.
What a way to look at it.
I was so like not stoked, and I was like, I'm gonna go pick up a camera like I used to, and I'm gonna just start making edits of all me and my friends, just like living what I thought was like the last best years of my life before I went and sold this. This sounds so depressing.
I wish I could look at I should look at your Facebook albums at the time. It was
Yo,
like
no,
spring break,
not.
no break.
So I started making these videos down at school, and then you know, I was kind of teaching myself some stuff on the programs. But then I made this video, and this rap group out of Chicago somehow saw it, and they're like, hey, what we think like your videos are dope. Like, we want you to come make us a bunch of videos. And I was like, well, I have like a $300 handheld camera. It's terrible.
Right.
And at that time, I really didn't even know anything about cameras. And I hit someone, and they were like, okay, cool. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna buy you whatever you need, and then in return, we want you to make us like 4 music videos. I was like, okay, cool. Like, it was cool because I thought it was like, sweet. This is a rap group, Chicago. Like, you know, I thought like
there's a chance,
you know,
something
like
could happen.
And I love those guys, but like at the time, like they weren't anything big, but I was like, this is my foot in the door to start doing something, you know. And I took it serious. I took everything that I did, no matter how small or big it was, like so seriously.
Yeah, like it's the biggest job you've ever had.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like people need to like kind of remember that. But then I went through a whole little. I was making like frat rap videos, like this song is sick, good music all day, like all those blogs you used to go to find like music.
Yeah,
like
all day.
My goal was to get 1 video up on that
Right,
site.
right.
And there's this artist called Jams back from Chicago. We made this video, and it was like up, and I was like, oh, this is so dope. And then obviously, you know, as the story goes, like you put out a video, someone else is gonna see a video, and then it kind of starts like getting your name out there, and more people start hitting you up. So I started making like frat rap videos for like. I was still living down in college, making frat rap videos, and then the nightclub stuff started kind of like trickling in, and then went to Spy Bar in Chicago, wrote my name on a napkin, gave it to the resident DJ calendar, if you're watching. Became like a bigger brother to me. He's like 10 years older than me. He was well connected in the Chicago nightlife scene, and he like DJ'd all like the dope clubs and knew everyone. And it basically turned to thing like I got out of college, and I came up to Chicago, and like he basically like let me live on his couch.
Wow.
With at the time like his he's now married, but like his fiance, like they're like grown-ups letting this like random kid that just got out of college like live on their couch. And yeah, I just ran the city with him, and then I started making name for myself in like the nightclubs, and then, you know, the promoters would see it, and promoters would want videos, and then, you know, I'd do a couple like restaurant videos or whatever it was, like anything I could get my hands on, I was making it.
Sometimes you get brought on for something, and people don't look at it as like a bridge to the next level, and so they approach it differently, or they don't even approach it at all. Because someone may say like, hey, can you come shoot my restaurant? And you're like, man, I shoot for fucking DJs. I don't want to go shoot your cheese restaurant or whatever. But you go and shoot that, and you don't realize that person may be connected to 3 new nightclubs that you never played at.
Exactly.
And could recommend you, be like, yo, he did this cheese video, but he normally shoots DJs. I think you should fuck with him.
Dude.
You don't understand the value of that
shit. Like that's literally what I became in Chicago. Like nobody was running around with cameras. I knew like maybe 2 or 3 other guys, but like I could tell that they weren't taking it seriously.
Right.
And I was like, I'm going to be the dude that like everyone in the Chicago nightlife scene fucks with.
Damn.
And like you said, Seth Button, me and him were running around. We started like a company that we had like this little arrow where we had this company called House Life TV. Where we kind of like tried to make a blog and post videos and brands, and you know, that it had its thing for like a year or 2. But yeah, we ran Chicago and tried to just make names for ourselves.
So when you say like you went into the nightlife era?
Yeah.
Like you went into a nightclub. Like, what do you mean? Like, did someone just like, yo, come to this nightclub?
Yeah,
with
so
me?
that was my homie from back in the day that used to skate. He's like, yo, I'm going to open up at this club. Like, you got your camera. Like, come hang. Like, let's
DJ?
shoot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he opened up at the club Spy Bar. And that night, after him, the resident came on, which was Calendar. I gave him like a napkin with my number on it. And then he called me like a week later. He's like, yo, I got this great idea. Like this video stuff is kind of becoming a thing. Like we should hang out and kick it and make like these episodes. So we started making like these little, not only was I making videos for nightclubs, but like we started like making characters in the city of like certain DJs and promoters and bartenders. It was almost like a mini like little reality thing that we were just making for fun.
Yeah,
you know?
just
and I enjoyed it, and I was meeting people and like, you know, I was networking basically.
And you're putting together some shit that all these people are gonna like look back on and try to show people because they think they look dope as fuck in it.
Oh
So
man, yeah.
that makes you the guy. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's how it came. Like, make something cool because I want all these people here posting it on their Facebook back then.
Right.
And it's like, if these people are posting it, then maybe some other people will see it. You know? I mean, that's just social media for us these days in general. Getting like a tag on Instagram or Twitter or whatever it may be. But yeah, back then that's what's kind of like helping me push my stuff.
Damn, that's fucking crazy. So he hadn't even seen any of your work
Nothing.
yet. He just saw you shoot shit, and that was like what's
But honest to God, that's how like new it was back then.
Yeah.
Like no, like I only knew like 2 or 3 other people in Chicago with cameras. Like nobody was running around nightclubs. There was maybe a photographer taking photos, but like video was such a new thing. He was like, yo, this kid's shooting videos and making like edits in the clubs. Like this could be cool. You know?
So crazy, man. And you gave him a napkin, and then he ends up letting you live on his couch. Like
straight up.
That's fucking crazy.
You know what's even more crazy is that I pieced this together. Like I actually moved. So fast forward like 7 years later, the apartment that I would sleep on his couch, I like saw a listing online, and I went to the apartment complex, and it was the same exact unit that I would sleep on his couch 7 years prior.
This is what you moved into?
And I moved into it.
You are fucking lying.
I'm like, yo, what was your unit number? He was like 14222 or something like that. I'm like, holy shit, I just signed a lease on the same exact unit that I would sleep on your couch, you know, years before.
Hey guys, thank you for checking out this highlight. I just wanted to let you know that the entire episode is available. Just click the link in the description below. We're also available on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify and pretty much every other platform you could ever think of that has podcasts. Make sure to subscribe to this channel though, because we drop new videos every single week. They're all flame. Trust me, if you're a creator, you're gonna want to subscribe to this. All right, we'll see you guys soon.